China on air live.
There we go. Hey, what's up, guys? Michelle Ching coming to you from Honolulu, Hawaii, and I am super excited to have every single one of you guys joining in, whether you're in Hawaii or you're across the country or wherever you are. Welcome to the Hangout. We are going to be live doing a demonstration of the HQO Water Ionizer, and before we start, I'll share with you a little bit about myself. And my background being in the industry. Back in 2012, I got introduced to this thing called network marketing, this industry. And at the time I was 21 years old, I was working part-time in the nightclub industry and got introduced to, a different way to make money while helping other people, while traveling, and I don't know about you guys, but I love to travel and I love to make money. So, this industry definitely was something that caught my attention. Got involved in 2012, and within my first 3 years in the first company that I was in, at 24 years old, I made $250,000 through that business, built a multi-million-dollar team, and then recently, just a few months ago, got introduced to a company called Q Sciences that has this alkaline ionized water machine. And initially when I first got introduced to it, and my buddy Kanoa, who I'm going to bring on here in a second, started to talk to me about alkaline water. My ignorant self, I just didn't know what I didn't know. And I just thought to myself, water is just water. Water is just water. What is the difference between, maybe a Gatorade or like Aquafina and this alkaline water that you're telling me about? So I started to do my own research, started to do my own due diligence on what alkaline water is and the health benefits of it. And at the end of doing all of my research and doing my own due diligence and actually flying out to the headquarters of this company, ultimately made the decision that I really wanted to promote this. I really wanted to push it, and ended up getting involved as an IBO, as an independent business owner. And it's definitely been the best decision that I've made being in business in the last 4 years, to be partnered with such an amazing company. And I really have to give thanks to Kanoa and Nartatez for introducing this to me about 3 months ago. And Kanoa's got a very interesting and really inspiring story of being in the industry. 22 years old. He's already made a 6-figure income in this industry. And the reason why I share that with you is not for you guys to look at Kanoa and pat him on the back and say, "Oh yeah, hoorah for you." But for anybody that can come into this industry and make that kind of money, you've got to be skilled. You've got to know how to team build and really be passionate about what you're doing. So Kanoa is definitely, one of the people that I would definitely follow in business and want to be partnered with, because he leads from such a genuine place of really being passionate about the science behind ionized water. So he's been doing his own research on this for the last 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 months, and has some serious knowledge behind it, and is the one that's going to be presenting you guys and showing you the demonstration of the HQO alkaline machine. So Kanoa, go ahead and take it away.
Perfect. Right on. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. What's up, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to keep it pretty short. We're going to dive right into the demo, which I know is what all of you guys want to see. But before I jump into that, I want to give you guys, a minute on, my background, my story, and where I come from, so you know who you're talking to. But 22 years old, I was born on Kauai, one of 7 children, come from a pretty humble background. We grew up in one room on a rock in the middle of the ocean. And growing up, my dream was to play college soccer. That was my passion. That's what I wanted to do. I've always loved sports. I've always loved to just, be outdoors and be active. And so I knew I wanted to go to school, and I knew that the only way that I was going to be able to afford school was by getting a scholarship. And so I set out to get a scholarship to play soccer, and I did that. I played at HBU for about 2 years over here on Oahu. And my freshman year in college is when I was introduced to this industry for the first time. I was introduced to a new way of thinking, entrepreneurship, network marketing, and to put it very simply, it's something that has completely changed my entire life, my perspective, my mindset. I've met an amazing amount of awesome people that have like minds that are really trying to just become the best version of themselves. And I just had this contagious fire to go out there and share this entrepreneurship, this marketing, the opportunity to kind of create freedom in your life. And so been in the industry now for about 4 years, and have seen a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of success, and a lot of failure. and have learned a lot. And very, very recently, partnered up here with Q Sciences, really to honestly, initially just to share this HQO water ionizer and this technology, because it is by far, I feel that I have never represented a product that really truly provided as much value as this does. And so we're going to dive, right into this. Michelle, if you want to help me pour these while I kind of explain real quick. I'm going to show you guys this machine real quick, and we're going to go overhead here. And if you guys can see, this is the HQO machine, and you can tap it. There's different buttons and so on and so forth. But the way this machine works is it hooks up to any sink, and it runs through the sink to the machine. And in the back here, there's two very sophisticated filters that use NASA water technology. And that, what it does, it strips out all of those chemicals from the water, the lye, the calcium, the magnesium, the pharmaceuticals, a lot of the stuff that are additives to our water, and that are not good for us. And then what it does is the water goes through a process called electrolysis. And on this side of the machine, there are 14 medical grade platinum coated titanium plates that the water runs over, and it shocks the water and it separates those ions, and it gives it three very, very powerful properties that I am going to explain to you guys. But what we'll do real quick, we'll just turn this on, and we're going to fill up some HQO. So you guys can see it's coming straight from the machine, and then we'll go ahead and test this along with all of the other bottled waters and so on and so forth. But here we have just HQO. There are several different types of water. There's actually 12 different types of water that this machine creates, and over 100 different uses, which I'm going to cover with you guys briefly. But we'll go ahead here and fill this up. And while we do that, what I'm going to do is actually share with you guys. We'll jump right into the demo. So the first property that I'm going to explain to you guys is called what's called the antioxidant property. And a lot of people say, how in the world does water have antioxidants? Well, it's actually what's called active hydrogen. So if you guys are on your computer right now, you can pull up on the tab and Google places like Telicote, Mexico, or Lourdes, France. There's actually places all around the world that people have actually pilgrimaged to for thousands and thousands of years, and they claim that it's miracle waters and so on and so forth, these healing properties. And scientists wanted to kind of get to the bottom of this, and so they tested all these different places, and the common denominator was that they found there is an abundance of active hydrogen in the water. And so what that means is there is an abundance of extra electrons. And if you know free radical cells in your body, they are actually missing an electron. So when you drink this HQO water, you're actually able to neutralize those free radical cells, and it's able to have an antioxidant effect in your body, slowing down that oxidation process. And that's the first thing we're going to test here. I have what's called an ORP meter, and this stands for the oxidation reduction potential, or the potential to reduce oxidation. You can just go ahead and set that right here. For a little bit in that cup. And if you guys see that there's a positive number, it shows that it's oxidizing, right? It's rusting, it's aging. If you cut open an apple, it turns brown, right? And if it's a negative number in front of here, that means it's an antioxidant. And so we're going to go ahead and stick this probe here into each one of these waters, the Gatorade, the sport drink, so on and so forth. And you guys can see for yourself whether it's oxidizing you or whether it's actually an antioxidant. So we'll go ahead here, go right into the H2O, freshly poured out of the HQO machine. We have a negative 814, 815, 816. And we'll go overhead here to Evian. Evian jumps to a positive 200, 220, 230, 40, 50, 60, continuing to rise, 70. How far is this going to go up? 80. It would probably rise to 300 plus, but for the sake of time, we'll just go ahead and skip that. We'll go to Fiji water. Fiji water jumps right up there to a 300. We'll go to Hawaiian ultra pure bottled water. Since we're in Hawaii, got to throw some of that in there. That jumps as well, just high 200s up to 300, so very oxidizing. Aquafina, bang, 350, 360, 370, continuing to rise, 380, 390. Very, very acidic, up to a 400. Dasani, we have a 390. 391. Let's go to Sprite. 530. Oh, 508. 5. We got like a 500, just below a 500. Wow. Okay, Perrier is a 398, 400, and Gatorade, what we have here, that jumps to a 515, 516, right around a 516. We'll jump back over here real quick one more time to HQO. That automatically jumps to a negative 812, 810.
Stop.
Oh, it's not working?
Go back one more, like go back 2 minutes. 3 minutes.
You're at Dasani.
Hold on.
That's not good. What was wrong with it? Oh, you were running the Wi-Fi from your phone? Field Wi-Fi 6? Solid. Oh, bummer. Oh,
No, just hold on.
no worries.
Dude, the light sucks. It's light behind you. I think we might be at a good time right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, much better. Smiles. Just can't see your face, you blended.
I got you.
Right.
I was so excited. It's because you.
Okay, I don't know why this isn't working.
You want to try running it from my Wi-Fi? She don't like my Wi-Fi.
Can you shut that one off?
This one?
Yeah, my phone.
Oh, your phone? Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. We are live and we're back on.
We're back on. Okay, where do we cut out? Not positive. I'll just run through that real quick one more time. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. If you guys can see me, the first property that I'm going to cover with all of you guys right here is actually the antioxidant property. A lot of people say, how does water have antioxidant? It's actually an active hydrogen in the water, which is able to slow down that oxidation process. And what I have here is a machine, a medical device that basically reads the oxidation reduction potential of the water. So there's a number right here, and I'm going to go ahead and stick this probe into each one of these, and it'll show you whether it's oxidizing you, if it's a positive number, and how powerful it's oxidizing you, or if there's a negative number, if it's an antioxidant. And so we'll go ahead here and stick this into the HQO water real quick, and it jumps immediately to a, let me see that, immediately to an 805, 806, 807, 808. Evian goes positive to a 200, 240, 250, continuing to rise. That would probably go up to a 300. We'll go up to Fiji. Fiji water jumps quickly up to 290, up to 300. And then we will hop over to, we have ultra pure Hawaii bottled water. That jumps to that goes back down actually to a 270, 280. Aquafina up to a 320, 330, 340, extremely oxidizing. Dasani, 370, extremely oxidizing. Sprite, 520. Perrier, up to a 404. Gatorade is a 525, 23, right around a 520. Back over one more time to HQO, and you see it jumps right immediately to a negative 799, negative 800, right here with the freshly poured HQO water. And the reason why that's so powerful, guys, if you guys look at green tea, which we are going to show you guys, do another demo with this very shortly, but if you look at green tea, which is an extremely powerful antioxidant, it actually reads a negative 100 on the oxidation scale, antioxidation scale. And obviously this HQO right here was a negative 800, meaning it's 7 to 8 times more potent of an antioxidant in your body than green tea. There's an abundance of extra active hydrogen and extra electrons in this water, which makes it able to really neutralize those free radical cells in your body. So that's the first property of the water here. And the second, all the way down, it's all good. Make sure you guys can see the demo. But that's the first property of the water, is the antioxidant property. The water is extremely powerful antioxidant. The second property that we're actually going to test is the pH, or the alkalinity of the water. So what I have right here is just some regular pH drops that your pool guy uses to test the pH of the pool. And I'm just going to put a couple of drops here into each one of these cups, and you guys can kind of see for yourself whether it's acidic or this alkaline. The pH scale runs from 0 to 14. 7 is neutral, it's a green color. Alkaline is deep blue and purple, and then acidic is yellow and orange and red. And so we're going to go ahead here and put a couple of these drops. Kale, if you want to move a little closer for me so they can all see. We're going to pour some of these, in a couple drops into each one of these. So this is the HQO, and immediately look at that, just a very deep, dark purple. We'll go over here to Evian. Evian is a neutral color, slightly alkaline, which I'll explain why in a second. Fiji, neutral, slightly alkaline. We got Hawaii, ultra pure water, not so ultra pure. Very, very acidic. We have Aquafina, which is also extremely acidic. We'll go over here to Dasani, and also as well, that's very, very acidic. Maybe you can point it from the top down. They can kind of see it behind the white. Yeah, also very acidic. Let's go over here to Sprite. What do you guys think that's going to be? Super acidic. That's probably like a 3 on the scale. Perrier, very acidic. And we'll go over here to Gatorade. Let's see what that is. As well, extremely, extremely acidic. And so this is what you call living water. This is dead water, and this is sickness in a bottle. And if you guys look right here, we have Fiji and Evian, and these actually look like decent waters. You know, they're slightly alkaline, and the reason being is because of additives. The reason being is because they add calcium manganese into the water. But if you read Reader's Digest, these two are actually some of the worst bottled waters to drink, because they take the longest time to get from manufacturing to you actually drinking that water. So it goes through a full temperature fluctuation process, you know, over a course of a year, being shipped, you know, overseas, across the country, driven in trucks. And, you know, there's tons of BPAs and carcinogens that are leaked into the water from these two, and from all of them. Actually, I just read an article, 24,000 chemicals on average per bottled water that affects 60% of your hormones, your testosterone levels, estrogen levels, everything. And so, you know, you're doing yourself such a good thing getting away from bottled waters, and you're doing a great thing, you know, for the environment as well. But you can see, you know, that how what you're drinking right now is extremely, extremely acidic. And you know what? We'll go ahead here too, and we'll actually do some tap water, just so you guys can see. Forgot to do that. We'll take some tap water just right here from Kale's Hale, and we'll go ahead and test what this is. And right here, you'll see that we have a neutral and slightly alkaline. Now, I'm going to show you guys the reason why this is because they add chemicals to the city water. Actually, everywhere they will do that. They're mandated to do that because if they don't keep the water slightly alkaline, what happens? The pipes will rust, and they care about their pipes. They don't care about your pipes. And so there's a lot of chemicals, lye, calcium, magnesium, pharmaceuticals, different chlorine and chemicals in this that you do not want to be putting in, to your body. And so, that's the tap water right there. But we're going to go ahead here and just show you guys how drinking just a little bit of the HQO water, is going to bring all of these back to alkalinity. So just a little bit of HQO brings it to alkaline. Watch this. Boom, alkaline, alkaline, straight to alkaline. Now watch what happens with Sprite. Oh, nothing happens at all. All right, well, Perrier, watch this. Get in close. Can you see that? Hopefully there's no delay. You guys can kind of see how it tries to, but it doesn't work. We'll go ahead and go Gatorade, and absolutely nothing. It'll take a 32-to-1 ratio to just neutralize these three right here. That's why if you want to cut anything out of your diet, it's the Gatorades, the Perriers, the Sprites, the Colas, extremely, extremely, extremely acidic for you. Now what we'll go ahead and do is we'll show you guys how just drinking a little bit of Gatorade or Perrier, so on and so forth, will actually go ahead and bring you back to acidity. Obviously, if you guys drink a soda, we'll use Sprite for example, because a lot of people drink soda. If you just drink, a little bit of this, watch what happens. Because I know you guys only drink like a little bit when you drink a Coke or something like that, or a Gatorade, but just a little bit of Sprite, and boom, your body, you're 75% water, you're right back to acidic. Just a little bit, boom, back to acidity. Back to acidity. Back to acidity. Boom. Acidic. Acidic. And that's what you're putting into your body. Now, your body is 75% water. And let me explain why alkaline water is so important. Alkalinity is the epitome of health. When you're born alkaline. When you die, you're acidic. So acidity is death, is sickness, is aging. Alkaline is living. And so, that's why drinking the HQO water is so powerful. Actually, Dr. Otto Warburg, he actually won a Nobel Peace Prize, and he proved that cancer cannot exist in an alkaline-rich, oxygen-rich environment. And so that's why, drinking the HQO water is so powerful. And that's not to make any claims to say that, this will cure or prevent cancer or disease or anything like that, but your body is meant to self-heal on a cellular level. And, when you're giving your body this toxic stuff, it's just breeding disease and breeding, cancer and ailments and so on and so forth. But when you drink alkaline water, it's hard for those things to survive in you and thrive in you. And so that's why it's so powerful to drink this living water, HQO water, 9.5 pH water. So the third test that we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to go over here and take 2 of these cups and go over the third property that the machine creates. Actually, when the water runs through the machine, it actually changes the molecular structure of the water, making it smaller water. And right here, we have just some regular green tea, and we're gonna take 2 packets of this and kind of show you guys how, how this water is able to better hydrate you on a cellular level. And so I want you guys to kind of imagine that these tea bags here is really your cell, and the outside of the mesh bag is your cell membrane, and the inside is the inside of your cell. And imagine this happening on a cellular level in your body, because that's exactly what happens in your body. We're going to go ahead and take some tap water. Usually you make tea with tap water, and then what do you have to do? You have to boil it. Well, we'll go over here and we're going to use some tap water and try to make some tea here, and let's see what happens. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you have no tea at all. We'll even dunk it in here a bunch. Absolutely no tea. Put that there, and then we'll flip this, and we'll turn on the HQO machine, and it's producing level 4 HQO water. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this cup with the same green tea, brand new green tea bag, and we're going to go ahead and try to make some tea with this and see what happens. And as you guys can start to see, or maybe you can't with the light, but as you guys can start to see, immediately what happens? You've got some very potent tea. I don't know if you guys can see that pretty well. You can look at past my white shirt, but it makes instant tea. And so what you're seeing right here also happens on a cellular level within your body. This is how much you're hydrating yourself. You can see a slight tint when you drink regular water, tap water, bottled water, and then when the water runs through this machine, it changes that molecular structure, making it smaller, making it able to really permeate and penetrate through your cell membrane and hydrate you on a cellular level. And so one other test I want to do, I just want to show you guys how powerful this is. We're going to go ahead and dump these out all the way, and we'll keep one tea bag, and we're going to go ahead and pour just a little bit of, we'll pour more in this one where we'll do the tap water, and then we'll pour a couple of drops in here as well. And we'll go ahead and take some tap water and try to just take, see there's a little bit of drops here in each one of these, and we'll try to make more tea with this tap water. And go ahead and fill it up about 3/4 of the way. And it's you can barely see it. But watch what happens when we switch back over to the HQO drinking water, level 4, 9.5 water, and just with this couple of drops here in the bottom of the cup. Look how it's able to really better disperse just those couple of drops. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. So you're hydrating yourself on a cellular level. So if you guys can see here, this machine actually produces 12 different types of water. It has 12 languages. HQO is the drinking water. There's 4 levels of that. You have filtered water, which you use for when you are taking medicine. There's Beautify, which is beauty water. It's actually a 5.5 pH level. And what you want to use this for is you can just put it in a spray bottle and have it be a natural toner. Your skin loves to be at a 5.5 pH level, so you just fill this up. You can use it as spray, just as a toner. And then you also have the strong water, and it creates strong alkaline water out of this top hose here. Creates alkaline water out of this top hose and acidic water out of this bottom hose. And so there's a lot of different properties for the strong water. And what we're going to test next is actually the strong alkaline water and how and the different uses. One of those uses is the ability to clean off your fruits and your vegetables. So we're going to take some regular cherry tomatoes, and just kind of, you get this kind, Glory's Nature Sweet, just regular cherry tomatoes, ground new, and we'll take a cup of 2 cups. We'll pour some tomatoes in each one, and let's see what happens here. We're going to go ahead and clean. Usually, when you clean vegetables, I'd imagine you just clean them with your with the tap water. Well, we're going to go ahead and clean it with the 11.5 HQO water, and show you guys how potent it is and how it's able to actually really clean your vegetables and clean those pesticides and herbicides off of your vegetables. So we'll take some tap water, and we'll put it in this cup to clean these tomatoes right here. And then we'll go over here and we'll pour some 11.5 HQO water into this cup. See if we can clean these. And while those are sitting, we'll give that one a little head start. And we're going to go over to, we'll grab 2 more cups. And I'm going to show you guys why it's actually able to rip off those pesticides and herbicides from your tomatoes and your fruits. We actually just juiced and we clean all of those vegetables prior, and it was pretty disgusting actually what came off. But we'll take some just regular sesame oil, and as you guys know, water does not mix with oil, right? If you let your dressing sit, it will just it'll separate out. No matter how much you shake it, it's always going to separate out. And so pour some sesame oil, just a little bit at the bottom of each, and we will take just some Aquafina and go ahead and pour it here. And as you know, you want to zoom in there, Kale. What happens to the water? You guys can see it bubbling. You guys can see the oil is separating. It's not able to mix, and it all floats to the very, very top. Now, watch closely what happens when I take this 11.5 HQO water and the strong alkaline water, and I pour it into this one. Watch what happens. This has been sitting maybe for a couple of hours, and it just thoroughly emulsifies the oil, and really is able to just, it's a very, very powerful degreaser. You can use it as so many different cleaning agents, really dyeing fabrics. You can use it to wash dishes and so on and so forth. They have a really greasy, clean out carpet stains, wash your fruits and vegetables. It goes on and on and on and on. And so that's what the 11.5 strong alkaline water is able to do, is that emulsify that oil. And we'll put this over here, and then what we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and take 2 more cups, and I'm gonna show you guys what happens when you clean your tomatoes and your fruits and veggies with regular tap water. So this one was the tap water, and we're gonna go ahead here and give it 3 swishes. And as you will be able to see, go ahead and pour that out, and it's pretty much crystal clear. Now, here's these. Now watch what happens when I wash these. I'll give it just 3 swishes. You can already start to see those pesticides coming off the water, or off the tomatoes. And we'll go ahead and pour these out. Watch what you're eating when you don't wash your vegetables with strong alkaline water. Same exact tomatoes. Here's all the pesticides, herbicides, homicides, suicides. We'll hold them side by side right here. You guys can kind of see how powerful the strong alkaline water is. It's a very powerful degreaser, and it's able to really emulsify oil and really clean your fruits and clean your vegetables. And so very, very powerful property and component, of the water. From that point, the next thing that I want to share with you guys, actually, just to kind of reiterate it, with the third property that I shared with the tea, how it's able to really penetrate the tea bag. What I want to kind of explain to you guys is why it's able to do that, and the reason, or the kind of an analogy for it is, imagine if you took a baseball and you threw it as hard as you could at a chain link fence. What's going to happen? It's either going to bounce off, or it's going to get stuck in the fence. And that's essentially what's happening when you drink tap water and bottled water. Because of the water molecules being smaller, from the HQO machine, the difference is like taking a bucket of marbles and throwing it through a chain link fence. It goes right through, and it's able to hydrate you on a cellular level. So those are really the 3 main properties of the water. The fact that it's a very powerful antioxidant, 7 to 8 times more powerful than green tea. The alkalinity of the water. If you take what you usually have been drinking, you compare it to if you compare it to the HQO water here, you guys can see how you're really filling your body with alkaline water. This is living water. This is what you're usually drinking, and that acidity actually is the root cause of all ailments and disease, so on and so forth. So alkalinity is the epitome of health. So antioxidant property, the alkalinity of the water. Lastly is the superior hydration, with water molecules being smaller. And then I would be able to, if you guys were live here, I filled this up with a strong acidic water, and you can use this for mouthwash, for hand sanitizer. It kills 99% of all E. coli, salmonella, and MRSA on contact. You can mop your floors with it. You can clean your counters with it. You can literally take pretty much every clean supply out of your house that's chemical ridden, and just replace it with that machine, the different types of waters that machine actually is able to create. And so here we have pretty much the demo, and that's really the nuts and bolts of it. And it really is something that you kind of have to see to believe. But the last thing I'll cover with you guys is just kind of why you want to have this machine, and why should you invest $4,000 into buying an HQO machine. Well, it's actually something that's going to save you money. Some people say, well, maybe that's super expensive. Well, compared to what? I mean, there's people that have literally completely changed their health, have lost weight, that have making no claims, but that have drank the alkaline ionized water, and have gotten rid of their diseases and cancer and so on and so forth, and really have just become healthier all around. And so if you look at all the savings from the HQO water machine, you have bottled water, all the money you spend on that. You have every household spends about $700 to $900 on household cleaning supplies every single year. And with the HQO machine, you have to buy none of that anymore. And so it's a very, very powerful machine. It'll last you 20 to 30 years. You take care of it. And it's an amazing, amazing investment. And so we're just extremely passionate about sharing this technology, because we know how much it changes people's lives. It changes people's health. And, it actually is able to change your finances. For those of you guys out there on this call, that are interested in, building an income on the side, if it didn't interfere with what you're already doing, make sure you get back with whoever invited you, to this call, because there is a very, very lucrative compensation plan that's tied in, with this machine to help people generate an extra 1, 2, 3, 5, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, actually pretty quickly, compared to a lot of different opportunities. And so, it's something that for me has been a huge blessing in my life. My mom has seen an amazing results just from the water, from a health standpoint, in the last 3 weeks of drinking it. And I highly, highly recommend that, you guys saw this demo, you see how powerful, this machine is, and how many different uses there are for your health. And I just encourage you to get back with whoever invited you, and really just do your due diligence. Try the water for yourself. Do your own research. Don't take anything that I said as fact. Do your own research. That's what I had to do. I spent a couple of months actually diving into this stuff and really figuring out, does this really work? You know what I mean? And so I encourage you guys to do that. And we look forward to, helping you, get your own HQO machine, and working with you guys if you want to build the business. But thank you guys for your time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.